What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here, and welcome to our daily show where we discuss the fourth stimulus check update, the two new upcoming packages. Part one, the physical infrastructure package, which they're voting on right now in the Senate. And then part two, which comes next, pretty much immediately after, the largest stimulus package yet to date, which will be around or has been announced at $3.5 trillion. Also, in this episode, we're going to discuss some controversial items around these packages. Number one, former President Donald Trump trying to force Republicans or telling Republicans to block the infrastructure package and to vote no on it. Also, how vehicle alcohol monitoring systems could be included or in this infrastructure package, and how that could be included in new cars as part of this infrastructure package. And I will explain the details on that. Yeah, we got a lot to discuss in this video. So yeah, we're going to discuss that and more. We're going to hear directly from the Senate and what is going on with part one, the physical infrastructure package, and part two, the next stimulus package, the largest stimulus package yet. So yeah, I will keep you up to date with that and everything going on with our country. If you're new to the channel, if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe down below. It's completely free to do so. And remember that new videos come out here on our channel every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't forget to hit the like button for us, and let's jump right in. Okay, first let's hear from Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer on the Senate floor here this morning, who says that we can do this the easy way or the hard way.
This afternoon, we pick up where we left off last night. The Senate has voted to advance the bipartisan infrastructure bill and bring debate on the substitute amendment to an end. I'd repeat that Democrats are ready and willing to vote on additional amendments to the bill before moving to final passage. Once again, that will require the cooperation of our Republican colleagues. I hope they will cooperate so we can move more quickly. Otherwise, we'll proceed by the book and finish the bill. I said yesterday we could do this the easy way or the hard way. Yesterday, it appeared that some Republicans would like the Senate to do this the hard way. In any case, we'll keep proceeding until we get this bill done.
So apparently there's one lone Republican senator who's slowing down the Biden infrastructure package that he's already opposed to. He's already one of the Republican senators that's voting no, and he's basically just trying to delay the vote as much as possible. Yeah. Senator Bill Hagerty of Tennessee is opposed to President Biden's infrastructure bill, but he went another step further on Saturday by refusing to expedite a vote on it. Basically, they were trying to speed up a vote on it yesterday, and to vote on it yesterday by quickening the processing on it. He argued that he cannot speed up something that will add to the national deficit, as the Congressional Budget Office came back and said that 100% of it is not paid for. It's almost paid for. We had a Republican senator on the show a few days ago that said, yeah, but if you're reasonably looking at it as a reasonable person, it's pretty much all paid for, but the Congressional Budget Office doesn't give you credit for everything, and a lot of the money comes from things like they're using part of the stimulus money that, remember, these 25 Republican governors have opted out of the unemployment benefit bonus money. They're using that extra money as one of the things that they're going to use towards the infrastructure packages. So those 25 Republican governors, the Republicans are actually using that money that is not going to go towards unemployment money. They're using that for the infrastructure package. That's one of the things that the Congressional Budget Office doesn't really give them credit for, but they're using that money for the infrastructure package. So again, the CBO doesn't give them credit for it, but they do. A reasonable person, and this was a Republican senator that said that, they know that the money's there, they're using it, but the CBO doesn't give them credit for it. So this other Republican senator says, well, I'm not going to speed up the process for it. This Republican senator is already voting no for it. He just is basically trying to delay the bill as much as possible. So again, they're going to vote on it here. They're trying to vote on it here today. In fact, here is them on the Senate floor right now. This is them, a live view of the Senate floor. You can see them there on the Senate floor going through the processing of what they're doing at the moment. Roll call and different bills resolutions, debate. I don't know the exact process of what they're doing at the moment because I'm here speaking with you guys, but they are doing this. There is a possible vote coming today, if not today, tomorrow. They are going to finish this at some point here within the next few hours, whether it's 24 hours, 48 hours or so. They are very, very close. So, yeah, so Senate slog to pass infrastructure bills goes on over the weekend. They have been working on this on Saturday. They have been working on this on Sunday. This physical infrastructure plan will provide billions and billions and billions of dollars for every single state for roads, bridges, clean drinking water, upgrading internet and cell phone service across the entire country. This is something that is typically backed by Republicans. In fact, Republicans have been trying to pass a bill like this for many, many years. But as you can see, this headline here: Senate to resume infrastructure debate as Trump threatens Republicans who back the bill. Now, I get a lot of comments from people saying, "Well, Trump's not the president anymore." But remember that former President Trump is expected to be the next Republican candidate. Okay. And if you actually see a lot of polling, there's actually a lot of Republicans who think that former President Donald Trump actually won the last election. And I'm not going to get into any opinions there. That's your own opinion, whether you think that or not. No judgment there or anything like that. He is, by the last poll, the leading by a large amount to be the next Republican presidential candidate. So there's going to be a rematch of the former president versus the current president for the next presidential run. So yeah, you can see here former President Donald Trump, who raged against any Republicans who support the measure. The bill would provide what President Biden has called a historic investment in public works program, from roads and bridges to broadband internet access, drinking water, and more. It is expected to pass on Saturday before it heads to the House. Of course, we know it didn't, but it ran into Republican procedural delays, forcing yet another day of debate, which they are going into now. Trump, who maintains a strong grip on the Republican Party and intense popularity with much of his base, also throws a spanner in the works by attacking any of his party who backs the bill. Trump says, quote, Joe Biden's infrastructure bill is a disgrace, he says in a statement, and then added that it will be very hard for me to endorse anyone foolish enough to vote in favor of this deal. Now, remember that Senate Minority Leader of the Republicans in the Senate, Mitch McConnell, is backing this deal. And without picking sides, and remember, Republicans are kind of split on this. We have Republicans backing this, but a lot of Republicans not backing this. You know, former President Trump not backing this, but Mitch McConnell backing this. It's pretty much just basic infrastructure. Republicans are normally in favor of basic infrastructure. I kind of feel, and you can let me know your thoughts on this if you're a tried and true Republican. Again, I don't consider myself a Republican or a Democrat, so I feel like I have a pretty non-biased opinion on this. I feel like former President Trump doesn't want to support this simply because it's President Biden's proposal. It's just Republican versus Democrat. I feel like if former President Trump was the president and he had an infrastructure proposal, it would be very, very, very similar to this infrastructure plan. I mean, roads, bridges, drinking water, internet, around $1 trillion, which is what Republicans are typically for. I mean, when former President Trump and Mitch McConnell, when they were in office and they were the head of the Senate and the head of the presidency back in December, they passed the second stimulus check package, which was just around $1 trillion. So honestly, if former President Trump was the president and Mitch McConnell was in charge of the Senate, I could see them passing an infrastructure package very, very similar to this. And I think that's the only reason why Mitch McConnell and the Republicans are even going for a bill like this. Let me know your thoughts if you think differently. Again, physical infrastructure is something that Republicans have been for many, 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 many years. I personally think that former President Trump is just against this because there's a Democratic president in office. You can let me know if you think differently. Remember, the vast, vast majority of this bill, I don't know, maybe 90 some percent of it is paid for. And even a Republican senator was on the show a few days ago. It wasn't on the show, but I showed his interview saying it's almost entirely paid for, and they're using the money from previous stimulus packages to pay for almost the entire bill. So almost the entire bill is paid for. Here is President Biden's take on the matter.
We're working around the clock on the Build Back Better plan, which does three critical things. One, it transforms our infrastructure. We're going to put Americans to work modernizing our roads, our highways, our ports, our airports, rail, and transit systems. You know, that included putting IBEW members and other union workers to work, installing a national network of 500,000 charging stations along our roads and highways and at our homes and our apartments. Two, we're going to boost our manufacturing capacity. The Build Back Better plan invests in new rooted facilities, new and retool facilities, and employs workers with good paying wages, good jobs. It grants to kickstart new battery and parts production, loans and tax credits to boost manufacturing of these clean vehicles. And our Build Back Better plan makes the largest investment in research and development in generations. This will help innovate, manufacture, and build the supply chains for batteries, semiconductors, and those small computer chips and electric trucks and cars are going to be even more reliant upon as we move forward. Never again should we be in a situation we face today with a semiconductor shortage. And we know these kinds of federal investments, we know that they work. It was the Defense Department and NASA that got the modern semiconductor industry on its feet decades ago. Our own Department of Energy pioneered and transformed the battery industry where Barack and I, when we were in office. And with the help of the Recovery Act, grants and loans, battery prices dropped 85% because we were forward-looking.
So yeah, Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg says we're within days or possibly hours of the infrastructure bill passing. Just depends on how quickly it goes and how long we get certain senators that delay it or not. They are literally on the Senate floor, as you can see here, right now working on this. Could be voted on tonight, could be voted on tomorrow. I will keep you up to date. Now, as always with any bill, whether it's a Republican bill or a Senate, I shouldn't say any bill, but most bills that are large bills, there's always some controversial issues, controversial things. Some of these things are starting to come to light. One of these is this particular bill right here. As you can say, verify, yes, if passed, the infrastructure bill would eventually mandate alcohol monitoring systems in cars. So again, yes, if the infrastructure bill is passed, I also want to note something really quickly here. I'll come back to this in just a quick second. If the Republicans and former President Donald Trump eventually kill this deal, let's just say it falls apart at the last moment, the Democrats can pass this bill on their own. It's probably what they would do. Because remember, the Democrats control the House, the Senate, and the presidency. And the Republicans controlled the House, the Senate, and the presidency back in 2017 and 2018. The Republicans controlled everything just 3 years ago. Now the Democrats control everything. So if former President Donald Trump says, and he rallies up all the Republicans and says, kill the deal, and they do, the Democrats will likely just pass the deal anyways. They'll just combine Part 1, infrastructure, and Part 2, the next stimulus package, into one bill and just likely pass them all together as one bill anyways. Just so we're all clear there. So if the Republicans all side with former President Trump and they say, yeah, don't side with Biden, and they all cancel the deal, they're probably just going to go with the most recent bill that they had to deal with, the Republicans anyways, and just pass it anyways, just so everybody's clear on that. Because, again, the Democrats just happen to be in control of the House, the Senate, and the presidency, and that's, a result of the most recent election, just so everybody's clear on that. Okay, and then after this next package, this next stimulus package comes right after this. After they pass Part 1, this physical infrastructure package, they're then going to immediately start voting on, based on what Senator Bernie Sanders, who's the Senate budget chairman, the person in charge of the next stimulus package, the $3.5 trillion stimulus package. It will be the largest stimulus package yet to date. Him and Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says that next week they're going to start immediately voting on the initial voting parts, the initial stages of the next stimulus package. It's going to be the exciting parts to see what is in these next what is in the next stimulus package and what they're going to put in, the amendment processes, and starting that whole process as well. But yeah, here's where we start to get in some of the controversial issues of what is going to be in this infrastructure package. Yes, if passed, the infrastructure bill would eventually mandate alcohol monitoring systems in cars. So let's explore this a little bit. The Verify team, which is just basically this, it's a news article, looked into social media claims that the massive 2,700 page bill includes a section mandating alcohol monitoring devices in new cars. This is true. On social media, there are a lot of claims about what's in the massive infrastructure bill. This includes a claim getting a lot of attention about alcohol monitoring systems like breathalyzers being mandated in new cars. The Verify team looked at the language in the bill to get a better understanding of this policy and spoke with experts for context. The question, does the infrastructure bill mandate that new cars include alcohol monitoring systems as claimed? And the answer is yes, but it might not be what you think. As you can see here, the bill mandates that the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration must create rules mandating that alcohol monitoring systems be required for all new cars going forward at some point in the future. This stuff's going to kind of take some time to build software for this. However, the text in the bill does not support the use of breathalyzers. So it's going to be, well, here, let me show you a little bit more. The claim about monitoring systems has received a lot of attention, especially from those critical about the expansiveness of the bill. But advocates against drunk driving have celebrated the policy. The policy dictates that within 3 years, the Secretary of the Department of Transportation, through the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, should do the following: issue a final ruling prescribing a federal motor vehicle safety standard that requires passenger motor vehicles manufactured after the effective date be equipped with advanced drunk and impaired driving prevention technology. According to the bill, the technology should do the following: quote, passively monitor the performance of a driver of a motor vehicle to actively identify whether that driver may be impaired and prevent or limit motor vehicle operation if an impairment is detected. Or number 2, passively and accurately detect whether the blood alcohol concentration of a driver of a motor vehicle is equal to or greater than the blood alcohol concentration described in section 163A of Title 23 U.S. Code, and prevent or limit motor vehicle operation if a blood alcohol concentration is above the limit or detection of the legal limit. So it's hard to determine what this is, but as you can see here, that the exact technology is unclear, although it will be passive. It will be passive, meaning this will not be an ignition interlock or it will not be a breathalyzer. Okay, we're talking about passive technology where the driver just gets in the car and drives, just like today, and the driver won't notice anything or take action. If you have a new car, this is similar to some new cars have what they call like a sleep attention thing, where if you've been driving for a while, the car will alert you that you're sleepy, that you're tired. So if you've been driving for a while, some new cars have it where if you've been driving on a long road trip, it'll actually detect that you're sleepy, or if you've been driving for a long time, cars can actually detect that you've been falling asleep, like that type of stuff. So again, technology is crazy nowadays. They can actually do this. So maybe they're working on this type of technology, but it is not like a breathalyzer type of thing where you're going to have to physically blow into a device in your car. But I wanted to let you guys know about that. I seen that. As always, a lot of these big bills do have controversial items, whether it's Republicans passing them, Democrats passing them, whatever. This bill is Republicans and Democrats passing them. Again, I'm not from either side. I'm just here to report to you guys everything that's going on with our country and let you guys know what our government is doing. So, yeah, they are on the floor right now trying to pass this bill. This bill is really good for our country. It's going to provide billions and billions of dollars for each state, your state, whatever state you're in. And then they will immediately be moving on to part two, the next stimulus package. So I will keep you up to date with everything. Do not miss any videos at this point. Remember, new videos come out here on our channel every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure to subscribe down below and click the bell icon after subscribing to all notifications to get reminder notifications when we go live with new videos. You can also click the share button down below and share this video with your friends and families. They might not even know about the next stimulus program or the next stimulus package coming out. It's going to be the largest stimulus package yet to date, and we're going to be finding out what's going to be in this next stimulus package. Stimulus checks, stimulus child tax credit checks, adult tax credit checks, more rental assistance, SNAP program money. I mean, it's going to be the largest package yet. So there's going to be a lot of different things in there. Free college, Medicare 2.0. Yeah, there's going to be a lot. So I will keep you up to date with everything. You can click this top video here to watch my newest stimulus check video next. And this video teaches you how to start your own business selling products on Amazon FBA. Amazon has their own program that you can sell products on, and I've already had dozens of students replace their 9-to-5 income. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.